So to get us started, I'm going to give you several thought experiments. Right? Now, some of you might go, all right, the next 30 minutes or so is going to be, I'm going to try to impress upon you why you need to be a specialist. Now, some of you might go, I'm already there, Ron. Can we just get to the application? I'm going to say this, don't make this mistake with your players either. If you are clear on the why you're doing something, the how will become self-evident. And also, the how will always be changing. Wouldn't you say that you're training your pitchers differently than you did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago? The how, and think about it, 15 years ago, you thought you were a pretty good coach. Well, yeah, you were, right? Based on what you knew, right? Hopefully, in 10 years, you're a better version. So we're constantly, so the why is important, right? So let's go through. I'm gonna talk about these, and the first thing that I want to share with you is, I ask this question of myself all the time. My staff doesn't even know it. I ask myself this question all the time. What am I missing that's in plain sight? In other words, I'm busy doing it. Have you ever done this? You ever been driving with your wife or your husband? You're driving and you go, when did they put that over there? And she or he goes, that's been there for months. And you've driven by it 35 times, right? What am I missing in plain sight? This is what happens a lot to us. We know our thing, and we miss it what's in plain sight. So I'm going to start with a short little clip.
This is a test of selective attention. Count how many times the players wearing white pass the basketball. How many passes did you count? The correct answer is 15 passes. But did you see the gorilla?
So a lot of times we miss the gorilla. I've missed it many times. So what the central part of being a specialist is you work really hard at not missing the gorilla. Don't miss the gorilla. And that gorilla, in our pitching realm, there's 6 different gorillas in the pitching realm. And some of you, maybe most of you will go, well, I can't affect that. You can affect every one of them. I don't think you can necessarily affect it every day, but for you to be aware of it is really important. All right, so here's the next thing. This is the real definition. I like to use things like this because it's the real definition of how important you being a specialist is to the outcome, and you will surprise yourself of how much better your players are when you don't miss the gorilla and you're able, as just a general process, as part of your methodology, that you're a specialist. And I'm going to give you an example of that, and we're going to go into the realm of cycling, right? Which is perfect because I don't think any of you are following cycling. Like, who's the latest? Okay, most of you don't.